taking the plunge.
Hello, welcome all. Discord link over there. Let's go. There's my intro to chat.
Surely
fuck
you
'em.
are.
Yeah, it's like the
That's
fourth
very nice.
section. I
That's
think we've
harsh.
given up at this point.
It's fucked up, man.
I don't know, I don't want to be a professional streamer, really. It's just nice for me to be able to go back and listen to my ramblings. Because I just, like, black out
Understandable.
halfway through my ranting during a session sometimes.
I feel that.
You gotta go back and make sure you didn't say anything racist.
Or try to remember names.
Yeah.
Just rough. But speaking of brutal fist fights,
Speaking of this,
Brutal fist
I forgot we
fights.
were about to enter into a fight. That's where we left off.
That is an excellent transition, my dude.
and let's go ahead and roll initiative.
fucking Jupe over there in the woods by his lonesome.
I don't know what you're talking
Hidden.
about.
I wish you would give him
Oh my lord, a good initiative roll?
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Aw.
Have I not been getting this entire time?
Oh, at least they're rolling poorly.
It's those dex
Uh-oh.
things
Big ones
that,
are.
that fuck me up.
So I've been forgetting to apply my Jack of all trades by initiative.
What's with the symbols though on Jed and Hobo?
Yeah, what is that?
That's me showing that you're concentrating on the spell. And for Jed, that one on the right is Dragon's Breath.
Ah, gotcha.
And you can change it on your own if you like. Just click on the token and it's the little circle symbol.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's 15. I fucked up.
Do you want me to roll a stealth check? Because I said I was hiding.
I think you did last time. You rolled like a 9.
I did?
Yeah.
Rolled an 11.
Oh, there it is, the 11.
Oh yeah, I
But-
did.
Let me see. That's higher than most of their perception, like passive perception. So yeah, I'll say you're hidden right now.
Oh, I want a cool icon.
Welcome to the
Okay,
club, nerd.
You need a rage egg.
there's a cool one.
Oh,
Starting on
no.
your new character.
There she goes. Huh? Well, better roll. And then I'll see you
RIP.
guys next week.
Now that's the look of death in her eyes.
Hers or theirs?
Oh, it could be her rage.
Yeah, true. All right, Obo, you're up first.
Oh, that rarely ever happens. Do I see any of these gentlemen with my passive perception, or are they still too far out of reach or sight?
Yeah, after you finished laying down this rough terrain area, you look up and you see them like burst out of the bushes behind you.
Alrighty. So I laid down the spikes, then they burst out of the bushes.
Yep. And they, like, you can see them where they are now.
Do I see what kind of weapons and armor they're brandishing, or is that too specific for my passive perception?
I'd say at a glance you can see the kind of grayer ones are all a little more padded and brandishing huge battle axes, and the other ones are slightly less armored and just carrying hand axes.
Alrighty. Is there like covering foliage in this area right here?
Well,
Or is
a little bit.
that- Alrighty.
There's a tree, or
There's some bushes.
a hill
Alright.
over here, it looks like.
Shoulder fence. Yeah, let me see and make sure I can take this back if it's a terrible thing for me to do. Yeah, no, never mind. I would like to take the dodge action, and that'll end my turn.
Okay.
So I'm preparing to dodge anything they might throw at me until they get closer.
Cool.
You're just ducking into your shell.
Well, I am able to do that, and that is an entirely different action I'm able to take, but that might put me at disadvantage for other things that I'm not ready for.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and
Fair.
step forward as I see them approaching, and I'll begin to mutter as I cast here excuse me, right here, in a 20-foot cube through here. I'm going to cast. Wait for it. Wow.
Damn.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So DC 13. Dex save. Fuck.
Hey. Oh, two of them failed.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
Well, three of them's good.
It's just that row.
Yeah.
They're not very
Half.
agile.
I'm almost passing. And then I'm going to turn to the rest of them and say, well, I believe you want to know what to do now. And then I'll just duck a little bit back into here. There you go.
Just hide behind Obo.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So this guy is 15 feet up, and he just sees more brambles on the ground. They're nothing. With his bonus action, he'll keep moving.
Is it difficult terrain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe for every
And
square he
dash.
moves. I believe for every square he moves, he takes damage, though.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
So
9.
let me read the spell real quick to make sure.
That's
It takes
18d4.
Yeah, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. So how
Okay.
many
I'll
feet does it
actually
travel
have
again?
him go to his full movement there. So roll 3 squares worth.
All right, 3 squares worth. So that would be 64. All right, 64. That's 17 piercing damage.
Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
No.
Yeah,
That
as
would be a
you
wussy ass work if he died from that.
as he charges forward, you see these brambles kind of rise up and kind of grab his legs, cutting him as he runs, and he kind of stumbles, looks up, glares at you two. He's gonna take another step.
Did he move 5 feet? It looked like he moved another 5 feet forward.
Yes, he did.
So that's another 7 piercing.
Oof.
Oh, you're rolling good. Jeez.
Yeah.
I am the D4 master.
And he's gonna pull out a javelin and throw it at Ginger Snap.
Hey, that's my
25?
Oh god. Yeah.
I
That's
think that's her armor class.
No.
Take 8 piercing damage.
I do remember though. I raged before, so that's after 4, right? Because I have all
yes.
my rage stuff on. Okay, cool.
There's your rage. Or you can use whatever icon you like.
All right, thank you.
Actually, moved the wrong guy, but it's fine because they're in the same initiative. We're right next to each other. Let's see.
It is not a wisdom check. It is an intelligence check to see the spikes.
Oh, it says specifically to see the spikes? That?
Oh, to see the spikes. No, it is wisdom. My bad. I'm an idiot. But it's against my
Okay.
spell save DC. I'm a dummy. Sorry.
No,
I
it's
don't know
fine.
why I thought it was investigation.
Okay.
But unless he had advantage, he does
So
not
that's
see
a
the spikes.
12. Because it would have been perception instead of... But yeah, I still think that's below your DC.
Yeah, that's below my DC. He will not see the spikes.
Okay. So he'll use his bonus action to also dash forward. and take 3d6 worth.
It's 6d4 worth.
6d4 worth, yeah.
That's 21 piercing.
Nice.
What the
This is
hell?
amazing.
Nice.
This
You're
is
rolling so
amazing.
well.
Wow.
I am the D4 master.
Stop taking our crits.
Uh,
You okay, Josh?
Yeah, I'm here.
It sounds
Why am
like
I
you're
making-
tapping.
I am tapping. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
it,
He's tapping with the music.
yeah, it can't see
Yeah.
the spikes and can't make another action. Can it?
Oh,
Let me
he only
scroll
used
way
his
up and
bonus
read.
action to dash, right?
Yes.
So he can use his action to dash if he wants to get out of it, or if he wants
He
to
could.
javelin.
Okay. So, based on the text of the spell, now that he's entered it, he does see the spikes. Automatically,
Yes.
he recognizes them. So he is going to use his action to dash out.
That is another 64.
Yeah.
We need to... I slept on this spell at first. That's another 16 piercing. I thought this spell was kind of mad, but that's pretty
Oh, no,
good.
it's pretty good.
And he is actually going to yell out as he leaves the area in Orcish. Something behind him.
Ooh,
Which
do
I think
I do speak.
those of you who do speak Orc hear him yell out, "Spike traps! Go round!"
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, the jig is up.
Although they don't know how far around they're supposed to go. Unless
I
they make perception
I-
checks and pass.
well,
Fair.
I don't speak Orcish, so I'm gonna jump out of my hiding spot and move to here. I'm gonna jiggle a bell, and while I do that, I cast this on this one.
Okay. That's a wisdom save.
Yeah. Pretty easy though,
Yeah.
and it succeeds.
It's
Well,
no
actually-
damage if he succeeds. It's a cantrip.
I messed up my tokens, actually. This one is dead, so he doesn't call out.
Oh,
Spike
he
trap!
dies before he calls out. He moves over to the bushes and then quietly dies in the bushes.
He runs, stumbles over some of the brambles, and skids across the spiky ground a little bit. He just lays there.
Can I...
Radical.
May I reflavor these spikes as spores that explode with slashing force?
Sure.
Because Mushroom Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one succeeds, right?
Yes, he succeeded.
And cantrip is an action, so I'm gonna do another 5 feet and hide in this bush.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth then. Yeah, you feel like you're decently well hidden.
Yay!
Ginger snap.
Fuck him up.
Ginger Snap is enjoying the hell out of this. She wants to keep observing, so she will throw one of her javelins at our friend here.
Go ahead. That hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, as he turns to his companion who just fell dead on the ground and turns back to look at you, the javelin impales him through the chest and he falls down dead.
She's just laughing. She's having a great time.
All right. And for the big boys.
I was gonna ask if these guys appear to be more intense than the others.
Swole.
They do.
Yeah.
And also are carrying large battle axes instead of the hand axes and javelins the other two had.
Oh,
All right, we
Are they
got the cannon
pre-holiday or-
fodder.
yeah. Are they pre-holiday or post-holiday?
So that's his full movement, I think. Or no,
Alrighty.
just one because, yeah, difficult terrain.
Alrighty, he takes 6 piercing.
Oof. Actually, I should have had him. Nah, he wouldn't have seen it. Okay. And that one will call out that there are spikes now. And unsure where they're at. Try to move over there. Go ahead and roll again. So he's trying to figure out where they're at.
It's another 5 piercing.
Yeah. He steps out. He uses
Does
his
anybody have any
action.
movement spells that throws them into stuff?
Yes, closer.
Come
Then
closer.
he will use his bonus action to dash directly towards a target because that.
This gentleman is hidden, I believe, unless his passive perception is more than 16.
It is not.
Oh, that's a relief.
And I'll say he would move through 2 spaces to get there. So that's
2
another.
spike spaces?
Yeah.
Does he get an attack of opportunity?
It's an eye.
He
Jeppo
does move
probably
past Jeppo, but that would take him out of stealth if he attacks. But
Yeah.
Can he use
He can.
sneak attack whenever he gets that attack of opportunity? Or is it
Yeah,
just with
if he
a...
hits.
Well, I already have advantage on, so I would
Yep.
have sneak attack.
you would. And he's also hidden, so yeah, sneak attack
Double
if you want to attack.
But chances are he would probably stop at Jeppo and not run through more spikes.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking, so I'm letting this one pass.
Coward.
Okay.
So he
And
does take an
that's
additional
his
9
turn.
piercing. He does take that 9 piercing, though.
These orcs.
I like the music.
This one is surprisingly smart and does not want to bonus action dash through the spike minefield.
Oh, sorry.
That'll come later.
Yeah.
This one.
Don't waste your crits.
Yeah.
We'll see if he can perceive. Does 15 beat your DC?
Yep. But
Okay.
I believe in order to make a perception check in combat, you have to use your action. Unless you have the Inquisitive Rogue feat that lets you do it as a bonus action.
Let's see. It doesn't say specifically on the spell. And I know that there are spells that say a creature can use its action to make a check.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd say between that and the other orc calling out that he found that other edge.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he
You're
was
right,
able
it
to
says,
figure this out.
If they didn't see it when the spell was cast, they must make a wisdom perception check. So that means they're forced to, whether they like it or not. So that does not take their action, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I should know my own spells.
Cool.
This one. Yeah, he'll use the bonus action dash. So that's, I'd say, another 3 squares worth.
Oh lord.
Okay, 3 squares
As
worth.
they're at least half covered with the spikes. Or mushrooms.
14 piercing.
Damn.
And the moment he moves within 10 feet of me, he has to make a con save.
Oh boy. Let's see.
I'm a minefield of invisible traps right now. No!
Yeah, go ahead and roll that damage.
That's only 4 necrotic. It's fine.
Still painful. Hey, Jed, you're up.
Okay, so Jed is going to do Chaos Bolt on this guy, but he's going to twin it. So that was with advantage, right? So it's a
On this
15
one,
to hit?
yes.
Yeah, for that
So
one.
a 15 will miss. That one.
Oh no.
Uh,
So he's gonna attack. Wait, did I roll it right? So it's
Yeah, I
It'd
think
be
you just
15
roll a
for this
second
one. It would be
attack.
a separate attack. It would be a separate attack for this one.
Yeah.
no, I'm just seeing if I set it up right. So it's a D20 plus charisma plus proficiency, and that's the spell attack, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So I did it right. So the next guy is gonna be this one right here. Ugh. He rolls a 1. Damn. Oh well.
Yeah. It just flies past him as he pushes his way through the spikes.
And I rolled a
And you're
19.
fine. There. Anything else?
Yeah, he's probably gonna say something like, "What are these?" He's gonna take a step.
You're cutting out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did I find that so funny?
This one. He's straight across. It doesn't really matter which way he goes, so he'll go. And dash. And bonus action dash. So you can just get around the spikes there. And that ends his turn.
Oh no, whatever will Ginger do next to 2 creatures she has advantage on attacks against?
It's
Oh, no.
rough. Yeah.
Such is the life of a baby.
Alright. I am suitably satisfied with the mileage I got out of that spell, so if I lose concentration, I will not be sour. But it is my turn. And I will do the one thing that Obo knows how, and it's going to hit this guy next to him with a big old stick.
Go for it.
Yeah. And I believe I remember calling out that I cast Shillelagh before, but if not, I will use my bonus action to do that, because it wouldn't matter anyway.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. That's a 17 to hit the gentleman next to me.
That will barely miss.
Ooh, that's
So
bad.
it thumps against his armor.
Alrighty. And, yep, that'll be it.
Okay. Julius. This orc just ran past you as it seemed to be focused on the person doing all of the nature-y shit.
This is racism.
Classism.
Alright, I'll go ahead and I'll throw down a. Actually, I'm going to hold my action to cast heat metal on this big guy if it looks like he's about to swing at my turtle friend.
At you
wait,
or your
just
friend?
to make sure. What are they wearing?
It's mostly hide armor, but they are carrying metal axes.
That'll do, Chief. That'll do. Anyway, yeah. It'll ready my action to throw it on him if he swings at my turtle friend.
Okay.
Turtle friend did just fail to strike him, so I might have his attention.
That'll be fine.
And those 2 orcs are dead. Jeppo.
Whoa. I'm going to ring my dinner bell again and hit this guy.
Okay. And just
this
to
guy.
clarify, right now since you're hidden, you would have
Just
advantage on an
attack them.
attack against anybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it would
And-
also negate my stealth because I ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom. He fails.
Yay!
That's which one were you targeting again?
The bottom one.
Then yeah, that's a D12.
Nice.
Behold the joys of rolling d12s.
This is why we go for a sneak attack. Get that sick 2d6, so you
Well,
get at least 2
I do it.
damage.
I have this, but that's on an attack roll. That's
That's
on
a-
damage,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That only
Yeah.
applies to d20s.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna leave it at this. Not gonna use any movement.
Okay.
Like
and
bonus
that
action hide or
orc
anything?
to
No.
the south does notice you and growls angrily.
I just
ginger
flick him the
snap.
finger.
Classy.
Very.
Right. Let's go for the guy. Cut out there. Let's go for the guy. Jeppo just attacked, and I have advantage because of fairy fire, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That
Oh.
will miss, unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
I put all my faith in you. This is how you repay me?
Well, that's my turn.
With hide armor, these guys have, holy cow, that's a lot of AC.
They're rough, and it looks like hide armor. NPCs get weird stats and everything, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of weird stats, I think that hits Ginger Snap. Take 9 slashing halved to 4. This
Done.
one is going to run up to our bell ringer.
As a reaction, I'm gonna not do anything.
Yeah.
Great reaction,
Did you miss
everybody.
And miss you completely. The other one is going to swing at Mr. Turtle.
He also needs to make me a con save.
Fuck you, heat metal.
Okay, so this is for the spores. He's fine.
Okay, yeah, if he passes it, he's fine.
Oh no, wait. Let's see if I can copy and paste it. Here we go.
Yeah. So, I believe he still takes the full damage, he just doesn't drop the axe, and he still makes the attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, if it makes
Okay.
if it doesn't make the con save, it has to drop the object. It still can, but it just doesn't have to.
Yeah. The only thing that the con save affects is whether or not he drops the axe.
Yeah.
So basically, he's wielding a axe of molten
Metal.
Nah,
yeah.
it's not that hard.
And it does scald his hands. He cries out in pain, but just in the anger, it's gonna take a swing at you.
With that 14 fire damage,
Yep.
with that 8, that will not hit me.
Damn. Jed.
Thank you, friend, just saved my life.
I'm helping.
Unfortunately, that gets rid of fairy fire.
That is due. That's why I was holding my reaction for my turn for it. To give at least Ginger a turn.
Okay.
And she blew it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's cool.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna try the same thing on this guy. For Chaos Bolt, it says if it's affected by the bolt, you can't do it again, but he wasn't affected. This guy right here.
And just to
Damn
call
it.
out, you did use Dragon's Breath, cast it on yourself before the fight.
Yes, he has Dragon's Breath on himself.
Okay. Yes,
I'm just gonna.
that one will miss.
All right.
This hurts me.
That's a nat 1 and a natural 20.
Let's get a nat 1 on this spell last time.
If only
No.
Fairy Fire was still active, though. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Listen,
Anything
man,
else?
it came between damaging enemies and saving people. I know what I want.
What's the red dot for?
Bloody.
That one is bloodied. Actually,
Thank you.
bloodied in my nomenclature is just below half health. You'd be able to see that visibly.
Right, like a 4E thing.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay. This one is also going to swing again. Ginger Snap. It's another 2 slashing damage to you.
Ouch.
And Oboe.
Alrighty. I don't know how fancy I should get with this. These guys are in hide armor, right?
Yes. There's some metal parts, but it's not prominent enough that you could really heat it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna take another swing because I'm bored.
Go for it.
Alrighty. Find the right one and attack.
That hits.
Alrighty, rolling damage. Let me make sure I have my thingy on. He takes 9 bludgeoning and 5 poison.
Yeah, how do you kill this one?
I quickly turn around while his hand is kind of on fire, and I swiftly jab at him with the stick, and his head kind of explodes with spores at the back.
Oof.
Woo.
Damn.
I forget, we don't do flanking rolls, right?
It's a +2 to hit on melee attacks.
Oh, that's nice. So he's dead.
Yeah.
I can make it right there, right?
You
I
can.
think it. Alrighty. And I give Ginger the look, and that ends my turn.
Okay. And Julius.
Hey, how's it going? Y'all come here often?
Yeah.
So let's see. You see this guy in particular right here? Fuck him. I'm gonna hit him with that wave for it. Boom, vicious mockery.
Okay.
Just fuck that individual specifically.
Fuck this guy in particular. Ah, fuck.
Yay!
4 damage and disadvantage on his next attack.
Oh, do you insult him in
Oof.
Orcish so he understands you?
I'm gonna tell him that his mother has a hamster and his father smelled the elderberries.
No, she didn't.
That good max psychic damage though.
That's true.
Yeah. Anything else? Sorry. Okay. Jeppo.
I'm gonna bonus action disengage and I'm gonna move here and stab this guy with my rapier,
Go for it.
which I believe is a plus sneak attack.
Yes.
That would get sneak attack if you hit.
Yep, because you got 2 allies within 5 feet of him, so
Well, sure.
12 will miss.
Hey, listen, at least he might not die.
Man,
Um,
getting some bad
Sorry,
rolls.
anything else?
yes. I was standing there, so let's get another 10 feet movement. Move here. No, I'm not. I can't. Never mind.
You can. They would both take swings at you, but you can.
No, I used my bonus action, so never mind. can't do that. What I was planning to do.
Okay. Ginger Snap.
All right. Gonna take a swing at the one in between me and Obo.
Guys, I apologize. I'm gonna have to leave for about 2 minutes. I will be back real shortly. Just know that what Obo would do is do the Halo of Spores on that guy. It's a DC 15 con save and 2d4 necrotic if he fails.
Cool.
All right. Okay.
An 8 will miss. Man, the dice.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, someone already took our fucking crits out of the game.
This one is going to keep swinging at Ginger Snap. 13.
That misses.
Okay.
Finally.
This one. Is going to also notice the source of the nature shit and flank Obo. So, but because of his shell, no, nothing hits him ever.
Oh, he's loved.
You'll be fine. One of those guys is disadvantage. Or at least did.
Oh yeah, it would have been. Nope, that's the guy coming up. But Jed, you're up.
All right, so Jed's gonna use Tides of Chaos and cast Chaos Bolt, so he gets advantage.
Shit.
Fucking finally, excuse my language. He's gonna attack this guy. He got a
25 hits.
25. I had a 9, so he get both of them are 4. So it's
So you
9
can
points of force
chain it.
damage, and he gets to attack the next guy. So he's gonna attack the guy below him. I'm guessing Tides of Chaos only affects one attack, right? I guess it doesn't matter
Doesn't matter that time.
because he rolled that, so it's 6 plus 2, so it's 13 points of cold damage. Finally hit it.
So
Yes, I got the
9 to that one, and you said you were attacking the south one?
No, 9 to that one, and 13 to that one.
Ah, gotcha.
And he says, "Oh my goodness, I was just pointing my fingers at him, telling, but I guess I didn't."
And yeah, go ahead and roll a D100 for Tides of Chaos. 63. Interesting. As you look around to all of the bushes in about a 10-foot radius around you, all of the plants seem to quickly wither, brown, and die.
I must have farted or something. Alright, that's my turn.
Yeah,
Told you should have
farts
taken
are
a bath.
deadly.
Gotta stop eating out of dumpsters.
So this guy with disadvantage is going to swing at Obo.
Double 12. Nah, you're ready.
Nope. And Obo's turn. Narrator, you back? Guessing that's a no.
Sounds like
Oh, and he said he was going to use the spore thing.
Yeah, spore thing with a DC of something and some
DC 15.
dice for damage.
Oh, it's fine. So I'm going to... Guess
Hello,
he can
friends.
retcon, but...
Oh yeah, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, did my turn pass already?
Nope, you just got to it.
Okay. Can I have somebody do me a favor and roll my dice?
I'll
Sure,
It's
grab
go
it.
just gonna be. I imagine the guy in between me and Ginger isn't dead yet, is he?
No.
I would make an attack versus him. It's
Okay.
a +7 to hit with Shillelagh.
You okay?
Got it. Oh yeah, we'll use Jed's roll, so yeah, that would hit. And
It's a D8. Oh, you got it. Never mind.
and that's 12 damage to him.
Yeah, that's including the poison, right? All right. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry,
No, it's
I
fine.
just have to run on.
Real life, you know. Okay. Julius.
It's your boy. So let's see. Couldn't throw down another vicious mockery on this one as well, because I don't want to use up more spell slots for this shit. So let's see.
Okay. Let's see.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck you.
2 max psychic damage. So he's
Kind of-
swinging
kind of
more
a
and more
big deal.
wildly. Tears are just running down his face now. Anything else?
You were your mother's least favorite child. No, that'll be it.
Oh god, it's true.
You're making
It's
orcs
true.
cry. I love this.
That one hurts because it's true.
I love it.
Alright, Jeppo.
Well, I'm gonna attempt another swing at this guy.
Go ahead. That hits.
Austin.
Yes.
Ooh. How do you kill this one?
I'm just gonna thrust my rapier straight forward.
Alright. And you run him through.
Just a simple stab.
Is that what you say when you do it?
Yeah, of course.
But,
Just
like-
simple stab.
You're telling everybody how to do it?
Yeah. Ginger Snap, you see this bloody, crying orc in front of you.
Okay, come on. Can we please hit at least once this fight? Come on.
baby.
You can do it.
Yes.
Nice.
It misses.
Oh no.
He's suddenly gain AC.
He gets a bonus to AC from his tears.
Make
That
it
is
slippery.
just enough to kill him.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, you should feel
Finally.
bad killing someone that's crying.
Oh, I do not at all.
People usually don't cry when they're dying.
Okay, and this one over here by Obo still alive?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll use my bonus action to move 10 feet and do a bite attack.
Go for it. That will miss. Back on the low rolls.
It's an intimidation tactic, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, that's
I imagine
Right.
that works.
And this one, seeing it's more successful to attack the raging one, it's going to swing at Ginger Snap. Because nothing can ever hit Obo,
and nothing
Oh.
can ever hit me either.
Yeah.
Woo!
apparently.
Well, nothing
Jen.
can ever hurt you. You've been hit several times.
It hurt. It hurt. Hit. What's the difference?
Jed says, "Hey, cool it. We just want to talk to you."
I don't.
I also don't.
I have no strong opinion on this one way or the other.
Do you know why you missed? Because you made a pun.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, probably.
That's why you missed.
Hey,
Anything else?
if I had another pun, I'd give it to you, but I don't.
Okay.
So, no, nothing else.
Obo.
Alrighty, it is Obo's turn. Was it ever that orc's turn last round, or?
Yeah, he
Because,
attacked.
Uh,
He attacked.
yes.
Ginger.
Sorry, I forgot
my
you were going to
bad.
call
I
that
think-
out.
yeah, I
um,
called that. Can I
let me
still
see.
make him do it? But yeah, I wouldn't be heartbroken if I couldn't. It probably wouldn't get him anyway. He's an orc.
He got a 15.
Yep, he passes. Alrighty,
Okay.
I'm gonna swing at him again with my
Go for it.
stick. Yay.
Someone want to roll
Um,
that?
Yeah, I have my character sheet open in front of me, but I don't want to mess with it while driving.
Okay.
Get the fuck
So,
off your phone while driving.
23 will hit.
Yay.
And so that's 1d8 plus 1d6, I think.
Plus 5.
So that's 15 damage. He is
Nice.
unhappy. Okay.
I shall sneer at him.
Yeah.
You're never gonna guess what I would like to do.
Vicious mockery.
Whoa, how'd you guess?
Oh, man, I'm
my
dead.
god, another 4. That's it.
You and your
wow.
max roll psychic damage.
He's
I'm
on a
retired.
roll.
No, I'm making rolls. Fuck this guy.
He just turned to you after whatever you said and said, "No, you." Right, Juppo.
After stabbing the guy down here, I'm gonna pull my rapier out of his body and turn around and take a slashing swing. Would that also be at advantage?
Not at advantage, but you do get sneak attack if you hit.
It's weird. Sneak attack isn't the same as having a sneak attack.
Yeah, that will barely miss. And yeah, I could go on for hours about sneak attack, badly named, and all that.
Can I move right over here?
Sure. Okay. Ginger Snap.
Doesn't it take an attack of opportunity?
If you don't leave its combat, like the squares surrounding it, then it can't make a sneak attack.
Ah, fair enough.
If you step out of those 9 squares, then it can hit you. Yeah.
Alright, come on, Dice. Mommy needs a new pair of orc skin boots. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yes!
Hits. Okay, I swear I'm not lying, but these last 2 orcs, you have rolled exactly their remaining HP.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, how do you kill this one?
Just a good old axe behind the head and thunk down onto him like I'm chopping wood.
Nice.
Gotta stick to the basics.
Just like Jeppo.
Ooh.
It's a simple stab.
Well, it's more than a simple stab what you did.
Yeah.
Getting
It's more like
flashy.
dun 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 dun.
And just like that, you're out of combat.
Oh wow.
Cool. I would kind
Well,
of look
wait.
around and say, "Is anyone hurt?"
No, not really. And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
wait for Ginger to pick a body she's gonna, bite into. And I'm gonna move to a different body and see what I can pick it.
Yeah, I pick this one, the one I just killed. And I'm gonna start eating it using my Savage Hunter, so I'll get a hit dice back.
So I would like to make a perception check to see if I hear more orcs in the distance, and if not, I will drop spike growth so we can see what the other 2 orcs that are currently in the death pit add on them.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a couple steps to the side to see if this area of dead plants follows me around.
Okay. So roll a 20 on perception. As you take a few minutes to listen around, you don't hear anything unnatural moving around you.
Alrighty, then that spike growth gets dropped, and I say we start looting bodies if they have anything of value.
Okay. And Jed, as you start to move, the dead grass does not seem to move with you. It's just all of those plants are now dead.
Dead.
This has been a strange day.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this area because it's creeping me out.
All right. So
Does
as you
Ovo
all,
find anything? Oh, sorry, my bad.
as you all take a few minutes to dig through these bodies, they don't seem to be carrying anything beyond just pure utility utensils. Don't find any gold as you go through their loincloths and armor. But yeah, it's just the 4 large ones had battle axes, while the 2 smaller ones had hand axes and a javelin each.
Oh, that
I
reminds me. When I'm done eating, can I go try to find both my javelin and the apparently the 2 the
Yeah, I would collect up the javelins and hand axes and kind of give them over to Ginger. She's the only one who can use them effectively.
Okay, one of them is currently embedded in her chest.
Oh,
other two,
I
yeah,
would
you
not
can
touch
find
your
on the
chest.
ground.
I would not. I would not touch your chest.
Do it, coward.
Don't. I'm not.
Only if she gives consent.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can Obo
Yeah,
do
I
like one of
assume
those
you-
things like, wait, Ginger, let me take that out of you before you start eating?
Sure.
huh? I'd look down. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just try to like remove it as surgically as possible, so as
Easy
to not
enough.
cause them.
It makes that noise.
Make that noise.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to retrieve most of the javelins. One of them is kind of like a little bent where it's skidded across the ground, but it's easy enough just to and bend it back. Like
So
the
that's
metal
3
tip.
javelins.
Yep.
And how many
Yeah.
hand axes?
Just 2 for the hand axes.
All right, I'm stocked up. Who needs to go to the market? We can just do this.
Yeah.
That is unwise, but I suppose it shall be okay for now.
Obo would like to inspect the bodies of the bluish-gray ones that seem to be a lot more tougher than the other ones that he's seen since he's
A
been
lot more tougher is not the correct phrase.
here. You think I know how to speak proper, boy?
Yes, you're doing it right now.
What
Is-
color is Obo?
Obo, his skin is green. His shell is like green, black, and blue on the back.
Interesting. Jed's gonna say, "Hey Obo, are you related to these guys? You have kind of the same skin color."
I have
Right.
never met another one like me, but I can assure you these ain't my brothers.
You've never met another turtle person?
Not
These
really.
are not turtle people.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Ginger Snap looks back over her shoulder. Hey, Greenskin on the other hand, she gestures towards Julius.
Okay,
they're
that's just
kinda
that's,
your
that's
half-
just racist now.
Come on, she calls Jed Pigskin. Let's.
No, I meant the part where you're like, "Hey, are these your uncles?"
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Oh boy. Hey, yeah, that's right. Well, you don't look too much like him.
And just to kind
In
of
the
clarify, I
same
was just
sense.
referring to the blue tokens for clarity. They're all maybe a darker green, but still green orcs.
I get you. Well, in the same sense that you do not know or look like every human, you are correct.
I guess that's true. Although a lot of the people in my town, we all kind of look the same.
It's probably because you all come from the same lineage.
That's true. I'm not gonna
Yep.
argue with that.
You fucking inbreed. No.
Fantasy
You
Kentucky.
know tribe swishing inbred.
All right. So you've all done a bit of looting. What's the plan?
Napkins and fork are in the bag. Thank you. You have a nice
Did you get
Yummy.
enough for everybody?
My share of the class.
Sorry, it's my grandfather. My grandfather can't walk very well, and my grandmother's
That's
currently
totally
in bed
fine.
sick.
Yeah,
I just have to give everyone issues because it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought I was on mute.
Oh, you were.
I was gonna say something in response to that. I've never seen another turtle person comment, but I missed my opportunity.
Yeah, that would have been funny in the drive-through.
Yeah. No, but no. Obo has never seen another turtle person. He doesn't even know what his specific race is called. In fact, he refers to himself as a lizard folk.
Interesting.
Right.
Well, let's go get that drug.
Yay, drugs!
Woo!
It's not a drug.
I'll be the judge of that.
So as you all kind of collect together and pull out the map one more time, you ran for a few minutes just straight east. But you look at the map and you notice that there was notes of a kind of not quite canyon, but more of a fissure nearby.
What's
And-
a fissure?
Kind of
Canyon.
like just a
The
big
fissure's a
crack in
giant
the
crack
ground.
in the ground.
He's a
Yeah.
fisherman.
That too.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ginger Snap.
I'm extremely literate, apparently.
Yes.
There's
So-
literally a man that fishes in the ground.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah,
whoever
never
wants
do
to,
any ground fishing, son.
whoever would
Yeah,
want
watch
to
out.
take the lead on tracking that could roll survival with advantage, because I assume you're all taking this on.
Yes, I would assist Ginger in trying to find the scent of the plant.
The scent of...
Uh,
Ooh, you're still,
are
we're
we
still
that
like a
close?
day away.
Yeah. The scent
yeah.
of the fissure.
Yeah, scent of the fissure. It's a new perfume.
Or we could just find the fissure. Or not. Maybe neither of those.
You
Okay.
just smell the Sahagan teeth I've got in my backpack.
Oh god.
No, you threw those away. Come on.
Yeah, you
Teeth.
threw them away. Oh,
The
whoa,
teeth,
whoa.
not the
Oh,
meat.
What?
Yeah, the
No.
teeth probably have some
Oh, you
meat
threw
still
the-
on them.
Ew.
I rolled a 20 on survival then.
No, that's true. I'll let you choose if you left meat on them or not, for comedy's sake. Okay. So yeah, with the 13, you get a general direction. And as you're walking along, kind of pushing your way past trees, with passive perception, Obo kind of glances over and kind of calls your attention to a clearing. It's about 30 or 40 minutes of walking. So he points in the direction, and you do indeed see, looks like kind of a canyon, probably 10 feet across, and end to end maybe 200 feet. It seems to open and close at each end.
Okay, I know
Like
where
just
this
a
is
crook.
going, and let's not.
I was about
Yeah.
to say,
I was about to say,
alrighty, Jumbo,
when
you
can I
ready for
say it?
another round?
Wait. So 200 feet deep and how far across?
200 feet long. You can see like where the fissure
Oh.
actually closes. It just cracked in this one area. That's what it seemed, and seemed to be about 10 feet across.
What time of
Oh.
day is it?
Oh, this won't be bad. Come on.
I'm pretty
Uh,
sure I can
It's
jump
about
that.
noon at this point.
Okay.
Isn't jumping distance your strength score? Like not
Yes.
multiplier, but okay.
Yes, if you get a 10-foot run up, then your jumping distance, your max jumping distance, is equal to your strike score.
Well then, Who wants to be carried across, I guess? Who has
I-
less
And
than 10
the map.
strength?
So I should have. I don't know. I handled this badly, but the map said at one of the ends they found a kind of separate crack in a hill. Seemed to go past some rocks into where they found the plant.
Oh,
Can
Well
we see
then.
any hills from here?
You can see a number of mounds. Yeah.
let's start checking mounds.
Oh, good God.
Okay. So as you take a few minutes, go down to one end, look around, can't really find much, head to the other. You don't have to jump over the fissure, thankfully, but as you do glance down, it seems to go into darkness as far as you can see.
Go down.
What? Like as you glance down, just out of curiosity, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
And so as
Yes.
you...
Sorry.
Sorry?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, if you want to do something.
No, I'm not. I was just.
Okay. As you take a few minutes searching around the other hills, you do find something that matches the description vaguely. It's like kind of a crack in the hill. Looks like you could push past a stone. For those of you who are large, it'll be a tight fit. But I think you could fit through there.
Small, go
Yes.
first.
So that's pretty much everybody except for me and Jippo, right?
And you could all fit, it'd just be uncomfortable.
Oboe is uncomfortable.
Oh, looks like you're walking on all fours, Ginger.
Can hunch my back.
I will walk on all fours. That crab walk through here.
Sure.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way inside and see how dark it is.
Once you get inside, it seems to open up. It's just this one rock kind of providing a hard entry. It seems to widen a little bit, the few mounds of dirt, and it winds a little bit. As you make it a few feet away from the entrance, it is almost pitch dark in here.
Light.
Yeah, Oboe would ask for the light stick.
Okay. That's 20 feet.
Yeah, if not, he'll take out a torch.
Okay. And as you all, squeeze your way inside and start moving down this tunnel, it seems to go for 20, 30, 40 feet. And then who's in front here?
Oh, it's
Oboe would probably be towards the front if he had either the light stick or a torch.
then
Okay.
I would be behind Oboe.
Okay. So as you continue making your way down this dusty tunnel, you see what looks like a hole in front of you, and as you glance forward, you look ahead down the tunnel, and it seems to end shortly after. As you glance down, it seems to drop down into a carved chamber, probably about 10 or 15 feet below you.
Does it look religious at all, like a temple? Or...
It's hard to tell. It's definitely carved like squares of stone, making up the floor that you can see.
Yeah, so definitely not natural. It feels like.
Definitely not.
Do we hear anything besides our own footsteps?
You could roll a perception check if you like.
Yeah, sure.
I would help if I could.
Okay. So you can go ahead and roll again for advantage. Better. With a 19, don't hear anything beyond your companions around you.
Lovely.
Do I see any structural weaknesses in the walls of this cavern or anything?
As you, like, in the cavern around you or the one below you?
The one below first.
From where you're at, you're kind of above it. You can only really see the floor, and it seems to be pretty solid.
That's a solid floor.
How far up were we really again?
About 10 to 15 feet.
Obo would like to take some rope out of his backpack. And is there like a rock or something we could tie it to?
Not really in this cave.
Lord.
I mean, do we want to go down there, or do we want to just... Is there a path continuing onward, deeper into the...
With the
Deeper
light
in?
from the stick, you can see the cavern ends shortly after the drop. Or the tunnel.
Ginger Snap is shaped like a rock. She can hold the rope.
She's
Are
solid.
you
Solid as a
suggesting
rock.
you are dropping me down?
I was suggesting
Mayhaps.
that somebody would climb down. I was suggesting that we all climb down.
Yes.
But you are the most fleet of foot.
Well, I'm just gonna light my hooded lantern and get myself ready to be lowered down into this hole.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Have
scream
fun.
if you see anything down there. We'll try to pull you up as fast as possible. So I would be bracing Ginger Snap with holding the rope. So in case we need to pull him up really fast, like tie the rope around him kind of thing. And if we need to pull him up really fast, we both do that probably.
Yeah.
Cool. So, as you drop them down, I'll move you all.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Shoot,
go.
he has a map
Don't
prepared.
like that music. Don't like
Have
that
fun,
music.
everyone. I'll see you later. I'm going back up.
Oh,
All I can see is me.
Yep. Alright. Thought you'd be able to.
well, I guess he doesn't have dark vision.
There we go.
By the way, did Jed light my stick or did he cast light on something else?
Probably just had light floating. Or does it have to be on it?
Has to be an object.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it
only
does.
thing.
Yeah, it has to be on a thing.
I imagine I touched the tip of a stick and was holding it above us like a torch. My connection to the server has been interrupted.
Same here.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's gone.
Oh, I can see.
Okay, so can everyone see the lit area there?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have dynamic lighting?
I do.
Oh, what's that?
If you put 20 and 40 instead of 20/20, it does the dim lighting.
I have that set for Jed and Jeppo
Okay, cool.
right now.
Yeah, well. How far would I be low down in this bit? Like
They
over here?
drop you down right where you are, seem to land at the top of a staircase here.
I'm on the ground. I'm just gonna walk a few feet down these stairs.
Good, good. Scream and wriggle if something bites you.
Are you sure they're stairs? Or were you asking us if they are or not?
Well, there's. I'm just gonna yell back from here, and there's. Well, it's stairs in a cave.
That's
And
weird.
as you yell, you hear your voice echo down innumerable hallways.
Very stealthy.
And so as you take a glance behind you, you see what looks like a slightly damaged mural of some grand battle taking place up against the, like, painted on this northern wall. And as you kind of take a step, look down the steps, you see a hallway wide open to the south. Seems to have two worn down and kind of damaged looking statues of great warriors standing on either side. And down the side tunnels seem to be stairs that descend into darkness. You can see where it kind of goes to another landing, dimly at the edge of your range.
What's it look like down there, Jumbo?
I'm just gonna turn around and say, I think you all should come down here and it looks like a big, like, tomb or some kind of museum honoring a great battle, and yeah, we could all witness this.
I shall attempt to be sneaky as I walk.
I'm
I
shouting.
I do not very well. Just clank, clank, clank down the stairs as my fucking like pot jangling on my belt.
How we gonna get back up?
Well, apparently I'm going to be thrown, so it's going to
Mhm.
happen sooner or
yes,
later.
yes.
There should be a way down here. Worst case scenario, Ginger Step can eat us all as food.
Yeah.
I want to step up to the statue of a warrior. You said that was.
Yeah. They're both pretty, like, damaged and pockmarked. The one on the left is missing its head. And as you kind of step up there, you hear a grinding, and you glance up. The one on the right, its head is now looking at you. Seems to stare for a moment, then look back forward.
I'm. What kind of weapon is it wielding?
Appears to have carved stone axe just out of the same material as the rest of it. And holding
I'm just gonna.
its
move a
other
step
arm
back.
is actually broken off, but you see a shield lying on the ground.
Would Ginger Snap be able to, like, carefully hop down? I guess, like, if she hangs her hands off the edge and then goes down from there.
Yeah, it's not too far.
Okay.
So I'd say yeah.
She'll do that and join the others.
I'm gonna cast the mage hand. Oh, sorry about that.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna move it forward to about here.
Okay.
What race are the statues? Like, what do they depict?
Let's see. It's kind of hard to tell. They're mostly like wearing full armor, including helmets.
Okay.
Can we tell the make of the armor? Like, you know, what style it appears to be in? You know, Elvish, Dwarvish.
Well, I just realized it
Roll
was
me
me
a
the
history
entire
check.
time.
Yep.
I kept
that'd
asking
do it.
questions. Everybody's just looking over me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Does anyone have pythons? Is my question that I asked like 5 times.
Yes.
I have a boar tusk.
Can I have a couple pythons, please?
I throw 5 at him.
How much do you think we'd need to support roughly 400 pounds of weight?
Oh, not one.
Not one.
So
I'd
as many
say-
as you think would be comfortable.
3 to be safe if you place them well, which you're wise enough. I think that'll be fine.
Can you like mage hand float the pythons up to me, please? And I'll just hammer them in here with the rope. So
Yeah,
we
sure.
have a rope back. just in case things go south.
I mage hand 3 pythons up to him.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna pound him in, and then make sure to carefully and tightly tie the rope around, and then I'm gonna kind of rappel down.
All right. The rope does strain a bit, but it stays. And Gingersnap, as you step up to there, the statue does the same thing and looks down at you for a moment, then looks forward.
Don't like this.
Might I examine the statues to see if? Wait, what race did they say they were?
None.
You can't tell. It's sculpted in a way that it's just helmets and armor.
All right. I'm gonna take a single ball bearing and I'm gonna throw it between the statues.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happens.
Alrighty.
Like, as you step up to where you are now, the statue looks at you and then looks back forward. Seemingly, you're not sure.
It didn't react to the mage hand, right?
Nope.
The mage hand was invisible, isn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You can
I'm gonna
make it
shout
invisible.
up to the. I'm gonna shout up to one of the statues. Hail!
Okay.
Can we cross? See if it responds.
There is no response.
Cool.
Just gonna ask
Uh,
he's BRB.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
actually, if we
move-
want to take a quick break, because I don't know if we'll get a better opportunity. If you guys need 5.
Yeah,
Sure
sure.
thing.
cool beans.
Okay. We'll be right back. I was debating about this music. Is it too ominous?
It's not too ominous. Well, it's ominous.
It's
But-
ominous. Place is ominous too. It's
Did you
appropriately
want
ominous.
your players to be triggered? Like the danger sense is now in the back of his head.
Yes, I think the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, so it worked. That was a good choice of music.
I cannot hear the music, but I think that's on me. It's not on you.
We're off stream, right?
No, let's see. We are now. Classic.
Before we do anything drastic, I do want to ask Julius. You, Pale Green, you know magic. These
To an
these
extent.
statues, they magic?
Probably.
Is there any blood on the floors?
It's an interesting question.
Any skeletons?
Why don't you
Uh,
test it?
Roll me investigation.
Investigation.
Yep.
Damn, I'm not investigating. Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
as you take a look around, you don't find blood, but you do see in the kind of dust surrounding these that there are, looks like old footprints moving south from there.
Like from the statues themselves, or just a
No,
pathway through the
from
middle.
where you're standing.
Oh, can I start ritual casting something?
Sure.
It'll take 10 minutes.
10 minutes? I'm not going to stick around for that.
Well, I mean, if you want the answer to the question, are they magic, you will, but if not, you can walk on through.
Are there
Yep.
any small rocks around us?
Not really. Well, actually, there's a few rocks that you assume have broken off of the statues themselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And actually,
gonna
with
gather,
the
like-
investigation, Jeppo, you'd notice that it looks like the damage was done by something. Or
Like what?
someone. Like something deliberately damaged the statues and broke pieces off.
I'm gonna take a couple of those rocks and cast light on one and throw it down the east and west stairwells from us.
Okay. And actually, Jed, as you step forward, the statue turns its head to look at you, and you hear a faint rumble, and actually in Dwarvish, you hear extraplanar magic detected, subduing, as it steps forward.
Small,
And
you idiots!
let's roll initiative.
Wait, what?
What, me?
Man! Sure wish I could have gotten that
Did I do
spell.
that?
Well, you all have fun with that.
Did
Jeppo.
I do that?
I didn't do anything. It's looking at Jed.
Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm about to head out.
I got something to do. Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, 20.
Yay! Does Jed get a surprise round?
You are certainly surprised.
Oh no. I was like,
Extraplanar
No.
magic detected. About to fuck these guys up.
Commencing murder protocols.
Ginger Step is not having a good time.
Oh no! Look at that! No!
use like all.
All right, Jed, you're up first.
Jed's gonna step back about 10 feet and ready an action to cast Ray of Frost if he appears to be aggressive with anyone. Attacks.
Okay.
I wonder if these guys are vulnerable to necrotic damage.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
He's still looking at Jed, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna move past it.
Okay.
Do I see anything anything on the walls that might trigger something?
As you're running, roll me an investigation check. Okay. That, as you kind of glance at this as you move, it was kind of covered by its arm holding the axe, but as it moves and turns, you see what looks like a glowing blue crystal in its chest. As you quickly glance at the other one, you see a broken crystal in its chest.
I see a crystal in his what?
Chest.
Chest.
And the statue on the left has a similar crystal that is shattered.
I'm gonna yell to the boys. There's a crystal in his chest. Ring a bell?
How tall are these statues?
About 15 feet tall.
Hmm.
Okay. And Julius.
Hi, how's it going? Well, let's see. Get the feeling these aren't exactly the most dexterous creatures, so I'll go ahead and throw down this bad boy.
Okay.
There should be enough to get both of them. If it gets the other one, I don't know.
Okay.
Can I
It's
get
an
back
11.
to stinky statues?
So that one is lit up, and the fairy fire kind of descends on the one to the west, and it just kind of sets there. Doesn't seem to like wrap
It is
around
now
a
extra
living creature.
sparkly.
Yeah.
My job here is done. You will take care of this fight. Pipe it up. Fuck it up.
Okay. Oboe.
Cool. Does he seem particularly aggressive versus Jed?
He seems to be readying his weapon and gazing right at him.
All right, so he paid no mind to Jeppo, so he's most likely not going to go over there. Maybe. Okay. Wait. Okay. um. Okay. Sorry. I'm just really nervous about how we should handle this. Yeah, Obo thinks it would be a good idea to. No, he doesn't think it'd be a good idea to attack the statue. I think he'll back up.
Just told you about the crystal.
Yep. Wait. Yeah, can I reach him with my 6 foot tall long arms and stick? Can I reach the crystal? Do I even see the crystal with my passive perception?
You catch a glimpse of it as this thing is moving.
Cool. I'm gonna go get my ass kicked by a statue. I'm gonna shillelagh and then go over to it.
Okay.
And my shillelagh does count as a magical weapon if that matters. If not, then okay. And I'm gonna aim for the crystal, see if I can catch a sight of it. No. No.
You whack against the remains of its left stone arm.
Alrighty. Yep, that would end my turn.
Okay. It is going to kind of step over you. And as it gazes at Jed, its crystal starts to glow and emits a pulse. And I need everyone but Jeppo to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I have him make a con save before that?
Doesn't Obo get advantage on his attack though because of the fairy
he would.
fire?
Oh yeah, fairy
So you
fire
could roll again
advantage.
if you like.
Did I get Tides of
17
Chaos?
hit?
That would hit.
All right, and it's just regular, so it would be no. Ignore the poison. It's just 8 bludgeoning.
Bonk the statue.
Okay.
Also, I would like, if I can, to make him have a con saving throw because I want to see if necrotic does anything to him, which I doubt.
Yeah, as the spores kind of swirl around him, they don't seem to be able to latch on to anything.
Okay, and you said wisdom save?
Yep.
Can I use... Did you say I got Tides of Chaos back?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos for
Okay.
this wisdom save.
Am I the only one that succeeded that wisdom save?
Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm about to run away.
Yeah.
And roll a d100.
God.
Oh, Judge.
What do you want? Didn't I roll that last?
Yeah. So you are immune to disease for 1 minute.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yay, this thing won't give you any nasty STDs.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have rolled it before and know what it does, I'll just say what it says for ease of sake.
Yeah, that's good because it's a
But-
very attractive statue.
Yeah. Now, Jed, Julius, and Gingersnap, you are slowed.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I ain't got medicine that can help with that.
Just that, I
And
guess.
that
have our
ends its
movement
turn.
speed?
Your movement speed is halved. You have a -2 to AC, and you can take an action or a bonus action, not both.
Oh.
Which means you can rage or you can attack.
Also, if you cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, there's a 50-50 chance it won't take effect until next turn. So that's fun.
Thank God for my wisdom save.
Okay. Uh. Hmm.
So if you rage and don't attack, then do you lose rage?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
I think
Um,
it's kind of
You
time
have
is
until
slowed
the
for
end
her.
of your next turn. And yeah, with slow, I'm willing to fudge it a little bit because time.
Oh.
Time is merely a social construct.
Oh God.
Gingersnap is upset and not having a good time, so I'll just use my bonus action for this turn to rage, and also free action scream at Jed to go, go,
Go.
Yeah,
go,
girl.
go, run.
So, Jed, what were you holding your action for again?
If he was going to be aggressive with anyone, I was going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, I'll let you decide if that counts as aggression.
I'm going to say yeah.
Okay,
Does
13 will
hit?
miss.
Okay.
is this guy a large construct or bigger?
He is large.
I could technically still grapple him.
You can
try.
certainly try.
I can try.
So I'm
Jed.
going to, I guess, move half my speed, or
Yes.
move up there.
That would be climbing, which would be halved again. You would move at 1/4 speed.
Okay, so
Because there's stairs, I'm fine with it being normal.
Oh, okay.
If I'm up here, can I see him?
Yes, you can see him over Gingersnap's head. So he's roughly twice her height.
Okay, because the 20 feet light radius doesn't reach down there. We're still good?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's light down. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost. And fail again.
Oh, wait. The first Ray of Frost would have hit because he had Fairy Fire that I forgot about. So go ahead and roll damage. And we'll just say it was the second one hitting. Yeah,
All right.
3 gold.
Cool. So he's slowed. Yeah.
Like
He's
us.
Yeah, 10 feet off of his speed, I believe is what it is.
And Juppo.
Will you allow me to run up to Obo, jump on his back, and jump on the statue's back?
Say you could make me an athletics check.
Athletics. Nope. In that case, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, so you try to jump and just kind of mistime it and slide on his rounded shell and kind of fall to the ground there.
So I'm prone.
I'll say you managed to land on your feet because it wasn't a huge gambit.
What can I do? Well, I can't see the thingy from here, so I'm gonna hold that in my turn.
Okay. Julius.
Oh god. Well, everyone seems like they're doing okay, so let's see.
Oh, actually,
I don't know if this will actually work.
because I forgot it earlier, Ginger Snap and Jed can both make wisdom saves again to see if you end the spell. At the end of your turn, you can make another save.
Not this.
That's a no.
I believe in you.
Ginger Snap can eat rocks. She just has
But
to
she-
try hard enough.
There were two requirements in that statement. One being that she
Well,
understands.
what's to understand? They're giant statues that fight.
She doesn't like it.
Jed actually passes there. So you are no longer slowed. All right, go ahead, Julius.
Hmm. Alright, so let's see. This should be fine. Time to see if this works on a statue. Hey, buddy! You're slow. It's reverse psychology.
As you shout at it, it seems to be incapable of thinking as such.
This is racist.
Now, is that it being
Oh,
immune
actually-
to psychic damage or immune to vicious mockery's debuff?
Roll me 1d20, one.
Hey, keeping up the good rolls today.
Okay, so you do manage to get that spell off this turn. And yeah, for the debuff, I'll go ahead and roll. Yeah, it's fine. Any movement?
Nah, this is fine.
Okay,
Ginger
Oboe.
Snap's got it.
Man, what is... Jeez, what is life right now? I ain't got spells that's not gonna hurt everybody. I've got too much range.
Just do it, Oba. Just do it.
Not while you're slowed, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna take another swing over at it again, so it could hopefully get I get its attention now.
Go for it.
Yeah, and it's advantage because stuff, right?
Yes. And +2 because flanking.
That's a nat
Yeah,
20.
that will hit.
Oh, please do some good damage. It's not bad damage. It's 10 bludgeoning again. I'm trying to aim for the back of the leg to get it to kneel.
All right. As you cast Shillelagh, correct?
Oh no, it's the swing with the shillelagh.
Okay. Just checking. So yeah, that does cause full damage.
Oh, I am this thing's bane.
Anything else?
I have a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Nobody's damaged, so I'm gonna end my turn there.
Cool. So Ginger
notice
Snap,
me.
this golem is going to try to move past you. Do you let it? Or do you
No,
stand
no.
there?
I will stand there. I will stand my ground. It's not going for pigskin over.
Okay. It stares down at you in its way and it is going to attack you.
The soccer kicks you.
So 20 hit.
Yeah.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage. And does a 15 hit?
Oh, yep. That just hits.
Another 7 bludgeoning damage.
Does it have to make concentration saving throws if it takes damage?
Actually, for slow, yes.
So
Keep me honest on that because I have a lot to track.
yeah, I did 10 damage to him. Does that Oh, he
it
no, he
maintains.
yeah, he passes. He maintains.
I did not make the wisdom save after the end of my turn. I just
Go ahead.
remembered. Boom. Oh, fuck.
You're no longer a snail man.
I did it.
And Ginger Snap,
I'm gonna fight back. I'm pissed this thing.
go ahead with advantage because Fairy Fire.
With
16
advantage
hit,
+2. With advantage +2.
18 hit.
With the +2, that will hit. And actually, I just remembered you have extra damage to add now. Because of your subclass, right?
Oh my gosh! Oh
Were you
my
not
gosh,
using
you're right!
your class features? Use your class
Ah!
features!
I forgot. Okay.
So that's
If we die from
1d6,
this,
I
I will
think.
kill you.
Okay, 1d6 plus half my barbarian level. Is that just 1 for the barbarian level? Does
Yes,
it round down?
rounded down.
Okay. So 1d6 plus 1 radiant damage. Let me roll.
Oh, radiant. Radiant is magical, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Damn. Not bad.
I'm angry at this thing, and so are my ancestors.
So as you rear back and strike at this thing, the axe seems to kind of skid off of the stone, but the radiant takes hold. So it still kind of cuts into him, but doesn't do as much as you expect.
This is the first time I've done this, and I am surprised, but happy.
Yeah.
I am also surprised.
And you can make a wisdom save for slow.
My
Nope.
mind is the best, though.
Jed.
You'll get there one day.
I'm just imagining slow-mo, and then the light flashes off her axe.
Ah!
Yeah.
Is Jed dead?
That will
Jed, we
miss.
can't hear you.
Advantage.
Actually, with advantage, that hits.
Oh, Fairy Fire is godlike, and I love it. It has saved
It's
us
damn
so
good.
many times.
It's true.
7 cold.
Julius, you are a valued member of this team.
I'm helping.
And so are you, Jed.
Well, fuck you.
You're the one that set up the statue, okay?
No, he
I
didn't.
did
It was
not-
That
Jed.
was Jed. That
It was
Jed.
Jed.
Okay, but maybe you wouldn't have noticed if Jeppa didn't stroll by. I correlate those two events.
If it wasn't gonna be them, it was gonna be Obo when he cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
That's not extra planar magic.
I'm gonna shout at Obo and ask him for his assistance to get up on the giant's back.
Sure. Well, I mean, I don't know if Obo can move right now. You'd probably have to pause your turn until it's Obo's turn.
I mean, like, as in, like, shimmy me up.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it if you tried. I would
You
try
can
to help.
make an athletics check again.
Advantage?
Can I help him?
This time he's helping me?
If you hold your action until his turn and he uses his action to help, then you can do with advantage.
Then it's just a normal roll.
Yay! Sorry, I have 3D dice on, so when I saw it roll, it was rolled off to a 4, from a 4 to an 11.
Yeah, as you jump up and grab onto this thing's back, you are now on the back of this stone thing.
I want to get my crowbar out and try and shimmy the crystal out.
Okay. Let's say that'd be, you used your action to jump on this thing and kind of grapple it a little bit.
Okay. Then I'll try and hold on for my next turn.
Okay. Julius.
How banged up is Ginger Snap's fine. Well, relatively fine.
Ginger Snap's okay.
Ginger Snap's kind better, but alright, you know, fuck it. Can I run forward and attempt to stab at the gem at chest?
Sure.
Fucking hurts.
Testing.
Could go wrong.
Testing.
Don't,
Hey, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you
can
now.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Finally.
Yeah, that hits.
Can you? Okay.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Okay.
I'm helping. Team, where are you, team? Team, please help.
You scratch your rapier against his chest and dig in just a little bit.
Yeah. My job here is done. You all can take over, I think.
Okay, Oboe.
Alrighty. Man, I wish everybody wasn't so close to this thing.
I can't get any more closer.
You were like, if I, man, I wish. Yeah. Okay. No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Thunderwave is not an option. I'll just strike at it again because still advantage. And
Sure.
I'm still aiming for the same part of the back of the knee that has been facing me this entire time with my magic weapon.
Go for it.
It's a
That
24
hits.
to hit. For 8 bludgeoning to the same leg.
Will he ever recover?
The leg actually kind of cracks beneath your blow and he staggers a little bit.
Like,
Now he's
come
kind of
on.
leaning to one side.
Trying to get him to fall.
No.
Please don't let him follow us.
Alrighty. And that ends my turn again because everybody seems to be fine.
Okay.
As until he
The
turns out.
golem, with you still in its way, is going to attack Ginger again.
Oh, thank God.
It's
Ooh,
12
that misses.
and a 13.
Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm slowed.
You are
but
slowed,
I'm-
you get a -2 to AC.
Oh, okay. Well, then the second one hits.
Okay. That's another 7 bludgeoning damage to you.
All right.
Will we know if any of our party members are bloodied ever?
I'll say, yeah. And you can place it on your own token if you are bloodied. I just, as the DM, am balancing a lot of things.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot to take,
Yeah.
take care of.
Yeah.
I've
And Ginger
acquired
Snap,
all
you're up.
little icons. Oh, okay. All right, Great X again.
Go for it.
Oh,
That will miss.
Oh, you're telling me a 12 doesn't hit?
And a wisdom save?
From everyone.
that was a waste.
Not
of
quite.
turn. No.
Alright, Jed, you're up.
Y'all missed my joke earlier because I guess my mic was turned off. So I'm gonna say it again. He's gonna say, "Hey man, sorry for getting in your space. Just cool off, all right?"
Boo.
Boo.
It pains me to say that hits.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome.
If we roll bad, we'll probably hit Joppo.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And with the cracks of your allies' blows, you fire this frosty bolt and it seems to kind of spread across this creature a little bit. Seems pretty heavily damaged.
Awesome. I did something, y'all.
We did it.
Okay, Juppo.
Like I said before, I'm getting my crowbar out and trying to shimmy out that crystal.
Okay, roll me another athletics check.
Doesn't Crowbar give him advantage?
I'd say
I
it
think
probably
with-
balances out the disadvantage of him being 2 sizes smaller than this thing, and also trying to do this while balancing on it.
Yeah. It just says using crowbar grants advantage on strength checks when the crowbar's leverage can be applied. But yeah, that would balance out. Hey!
Damn.
Oh, wow. Stronger than he looks, huh?
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of
I don't want
wedge
to
your.
pop it.
You want to try to catch it if it pops out?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's kind of in his chest, and you're like laying down over the top of this thing's shoulder as you kind of wedge the crowbar in, and you actually like climb up, jump on the crowbar to get the leverage, and there's a loud crack, and the gem kind of pops out of its chest. And you, quickly falling alongside it, grab the gem and manage to land on your feet on the ground.
Nice.
And the whole thing just freezes in where it's standing.
Nice.
Cool.
And
I
I've
froze
got a gem.
You what?
I froze it.
I've got a crystal.
Yeah. And as you look down, it's not glowing as brightly as it was before the golem cast the slow effect, but it seems to be, slightly glowing. Kind of like there's a sheen to it all the time.
Well, a gem's a gem.
How heavy do you think it would be?
It's about the size of a baseball. I'd say would be a good descriptor.
Pound.
Pound or two of solid stone. And you having cast magic and you know that as you feel it, it feels magical. As you could probably guess. By context. Yeah.
Are we out of combat then?
Yes. And
Am
as
I
it
still slow?
dies, you're no longer slowed.
Okay.
I should have been having it make concentration checks, but I forget.
Meh.
We all forgot.
That's fine. You actually told us it was our responsibility to keep you honest about that, and every time I hit it, I forgot.
All 4 of us forgot, so.
Shame.
Five of us. Excuse me.
Counting sir.
Yes, it is.
I'm just going to hold up this crowbar and shout victory.
And then Opo's gonna be like, shh.
And
we
I'll
don't
quickly
know what
put
else.
my hand over my mouth.
Good job, good
Ow.
job, Jippo. You did a badass job there, but I really don't want to alert another one if it's here.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if there is another one, it'd probably be that. And I point to the other stage.
It was pretty loud, that whole our fighting, so
he was looking straight at Jed when he cast light, so maybe we should keep the casting to a minimal.
It
Well,
won't be
he
a
didn't
problem for
respond.
me.
Well, he only seemed to be enamored with Jed for some reason. Didn't
He
seem to
said-
take too much for me.
he said something about extra planar magic whenever he turned and
Oh.
said something in Dwarvish to me. I don't know if you guys heard that.
No, I do not speak the language.
I'm not sure how I know it. I haven't really figured that out. My grandmother was part Dwarvish or something, and she taught my dad. But anyway, sorry.
Well, Jade, they just seem to not like your magic in particular. So, just be careful from here on out. At least in here.
Seems like the plan.
Really.
Right.
Well-
Ginger Step looks at where she was hit. I think
Yeah,
something's
Obo.
cracked. I'm okay.
Obo comes over to her. Yeah, that's what he would do immediately after, and just like, you look like you could use a snack. Some good berries. She gets all 10. The lucky girl gets all 10 good berries.
Oh, she's going to be stuffed.
You're
Guess
quite
I won't
fierce.
have to eat these rocks.
Well, while I was down this corridor, I saw another 2 alleys, corridors. So they were leading
Oh, lovely.
left and right. So where do you guys think we should go?
Well, worst case scenario, we can always flip a coin.
Yeah. I think I would like to. Hey, okay. Jed, I'm gonna ask you to cast a spell. Do you think you can cast a spell for me?
Sure.
Yeah, can you cast
Cast-
light on my stick now that we seem to have gotten rid of all other opposition?
I'd rather stay far away from the light. Thank you very much. I'll be going my own way. Goodbye.
Yes, y'all step back for a second.
Yeah,
Ginger Snap looks at the other statue.
I'm just gonna pick up my hooded lantern and follow Julius.
As he's asking him to recast light, he had already cast Mage Hand. And he's like, yeah. He cast light on.
Alright. Do I have 40 feet now? Okay, yeah.
Alright, Jupiter, you can go that way and I'll go that way. See you at the bottom, hopefully, maybe, odds are.
I don't like this.
Well,
I
see you
would-
later, Jupiter.
Hey, Ginger Snap, I don't suppose you could help me check these corridors for traps.
Jed's in the dark now.
Jed should be able to see. All players
Let me
should be able
see.
to see Oboe's light.
How's
So
that?
if you set it to all see,
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Ah,
Did we already determine that these were not useless? So yeah, I would ask for Ginger Snap's help to investigate, to perception check these corridors for traps and things.
There are no traps.
Yeah, as you all go down your hallway, Julius, you see
we're
pretty
splitting.
much exactly what you see there. Down in kind of a lowered area is a large coffin that seems to be cracked open.
I believe I have found a dead person.
Ooh,
Ye-
dips!
Unless you want
And
bones.
And yeah, if you want to try to perception for traps, as you kind of glance around, pay special attention to the tiles and everything on the floor, doesn't seem to be any kind of mechanism that you can see. Just a few of these coffins seems to have been forced open. Stone is cracked on them.
Like, alrighty, Jed. We're in this one together, but I'd like you to stay behind me just in case. I think I might be a little tougher than you.
Sure thing.
Alrighty. And I would like to approach carefully the open coffin and look into it.
Okay. You see a very, very old skeleton. Humanoid just lying in there.
Can I attempt to close the casket?
You can roll me an athletics check.
Am I guidance myself?
Okay.
Would Jed be familiar with caskets and tombs and stuff?
Okay, plus a d4. That's 19 athletics check to close casket.
Okay. As you move around to the other side to kind of get a pushing angle, this is thick, very thick stone. You kind of put your whole body and just like push. You hear grinding as you just try to push it back into place. And after a minute or two of pure effort, it slides back into place.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think we should probably stick as a group.
Hey, Jupo, how's the other alley going?
You still alive, Small?
I don't know. How am I doing?
From where you're at, you just see another set of stairs.
Well, I'll go down.
Okay. You see a
Check it
hallway.
out.
Which direction did I hear Ginger from? Which direction did I hear Ginger from?
Sounded like from the left.
With the coffin you already closed.
And I don't suppose I could check for traps in this call. Well, once we get to Ginger,
Okay.
I'd like to check.
So
for traps
everyone
in
hold
this
up.
corridor. Okay. That
So-
looks bad.
Jeppo, as you're stepping forward, you catch a kind of acrid scent. And as you glance down, you see what looks like a slightly lowered area. You can see a reflection of some liquid across the bottom of it. Or I guess slightly filled a little bit of it.
Ginger, where's everybody else?
Julius over there. Oh, wait. Oh no.
Wait. Isn't light
Pale
supposed to
green.
be? Isn't light supposed to be
Stop
20 foot of
yelling.
bright and 20 foot of dim?
Should be.
I only got 20 foot of bright.
Weird.
Yeah, in the settings, it's kind of counterintuitive
'Cause
if
I
you
have
change
20,
if you change
40.
the numbers around. Yeah, if you change it around to 40/20, it works better that way, I guess you could say.
So,
Oh, I see how it works. Okay.
you all might want to come see this.
Which
There you
direction
go.
do I hear that coming from?
You hear from the southwest. And
Can I light my
Shall-
torch, please?
sure.
Small, are you alive or not?
I'm just going to yell back. I don't know yet, and I'm
Why
going to
did we
step towards the fluids.
No,
Why
hey,
did
come
we
back.
think that yelling and splitting up is the best idea?
I'm gonna
Okay.
go after
So as
Joe.
you glance down, you see this kind of green ooze liquid. It's kind of weird. It's not quite water, slightly thicker. And as you glance down, you can see what looks like a human skeleton, and then one kind of slightly out of your vision. It's kind of
I've got a
semi-submerged.
I've got a rusty dagger, and I'm gonna dip it into the liquid.
Okay. Everyone hold up a second. Stop
Oh,
moving.
Lord.
Just because we're doing split the party.
Why?
So,
Why was this freaking why, guys?
Hey, listen, man.
I'm trying to
It's working.
reunite the party.
yeah.
Why running off? We could just leave Jumbo to die. The four of us could be together. He could be the idiot.
Who?
Yeah. So as you kind of stick the dagger in it, there's kind of sizzle, and as you pull it back out, the rust has kind of been burned off. It seems to be sizzling just a little bit. Bubbling.
I grabbed Jumbo by the neck and shirt.
I'm not willing to.
Okay.
That would be athletics versus acrobatics.
Yeah.
Who's rolling what?
You can roll athletics or acrobatics to try to escape.
Well, since acrobatics is dex,
No.
Yeah.
So, do you jump into the pool with that?
No, you just kind
I'm
of
gonna-
duck below her arm.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, we're
Hey,
headed
no,
over.
come on.
We were just told to stop.
I'm
Yeah, hold up.
dumping one of my flasks of oil, and I'm gonna attempt to fill it.
So actually, as you kind of duck under her arm, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Well, ouch.
You...
Okay.
Oh god,
You
can I try
hear
to save it?
a faint wub, and Ginger Snap, you watch as this liquid seems to rise up and engulf Jeppo.
No!
Oh no!
I tried-
What
I-
happened
no,
when the
no.
party split up? One
This
of
is
us
what
died?
happens. This is what happens when someone fucking sticks their hand in jello.
If Jumbo
And
dies,
you
I
can
will,
all
trying to
roll
get him
initiative.
back.
I will
I
not
was
feel
trying
sorry
to
if
get
Jumbo
him
dies from
back.
this.
I
I will-
just wanted to bring him back to the party.
And
I'm
Jeppo,
sorry.
Ginger Step is trying. She's trying to be the anchor of this group.
take 13 acid damage.
I do.
And you are, yes, and you are now restrained inside this thing and cannot breathe.
Yeah. If Jumbo dies from this, I will laugh. If Ginger dies from this, I will be pissed.
This is a creature, yeah.
That it is.
Okay. Jeppo, you can make a strength check, or actually athletics, to try to force your way out of this. And you do, surprisingly.
I was holding my breath out in real life then.
Yeah. High
I try
initial
to,
DC, lower escape.
Run, just run.
as he emerges from the cube, can I try to like catch him?
Sure. And that does take your action to try to escape. Or I guess you could have made an attack at disadvantage if you wanted to, but I assume the escape takes priority.
Uh-huh.
Drowning in acid isn't preferable usually to making an attack at
No.
is usually preferable to making an attack at disadvantage.
Okay.
My words suck.
That's fine. Okay. So you're out. You have a bonus action and movement if you like.
Run!
I don't know.
Oh.
Ginger Scrap would be screaming at you to run. Just if that sways your decision at all.
Well, you persuaded me, so yep. Oh, sorry.
No.
And I'll assume you just bonus action disengaged
Yeah.
because rogue.
He rogued it.
Okay. Obo, you hear Ginger Snap's voice echoing, "Run," through the halls.
Yeah. Julius, at this point, you would see like probably the most furious look you've ever seen on Obo's face as he goes, "Oh, hell!" And
It was Julius's turn was skipped.
Oh,
Or is that because he was near us, or?
would
oh yeah,
think-
Julius was supposed to move first.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay, so you would hear a yell for "run" distantly echoing through the halls. And that's all you know.
Oh god damn it! I'm just gonna let's see, 30 feet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another, boop, and that's my turn.
Okay,
Quick now, Obo.
good deal.
Hi, Mr. Julius.
Hello.
Remove 5 feet at a time. 5, 10. All right. Now that I can see again. Okay, come on. It's not letting me. Come on. There we go. 20 more feet. And then dash. 35. I should be able to get 50 down the hallway. So I'd be able to get right there.
All I
Okay.
see is those arrows in there. Not even.
Yeah. This area down below is like a 5-foot drop.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Okay.
probably would have
That's
walked
just
around.
why
Is
there
that
are
okay?
stairs there.
Is it okay if I put my guy over here? Because I probably would have walked
Sure.
around.
That's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, I'd say with your basically the same path, you could run past and up the stairs that direction.
Just as this 405-pound turtle man sprints through these tombs. Doof, 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 doof.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Turtle power.
Okay, Ginger Snap.
Would I have to use an action if I was to try to like scoop up Juppo as I'm running?
If he is unwilling, then yes.
Okay, Juppo, please be willing. So I'm gonna use my action to disengage.
You
Okay.
don't have to, because I can.
I know, but you're like tiny.
So she can get you farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can.
try- Okay,
I
would
can
you be willing?
survive. I can
Would you be willing?
survive. I'm just saying I can survive.
Yeah, you
Okay,
bloodied
I
from 12
believe
acid damage?
You summoned a gelatinous cube. I believe you. Sure. Now, will you let me pick you up?
I suppose.
Okay, great. So I pick him up and I run the rest of my movement.
Okay. And behind you, you hear a bloop bloop. And I'll say you're out of combat.
Okay, I keep running.
I'm gonna wiggle out.
Then you see like doop 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 doop, and then like
Yeah.
jump up the stairs.
Small summoned swamp cube.
What
No,
dumb shit did you do this
really?
time?
Bad things happen when he left off on his own?
Well, I wouldn't say it was bad. It's just
I am looking at a man half burnt to death by acid right now.
it's worth investigating.
Like you're
Together
you're
as a
visibly
pack.
bloodied and burnt to death.
I believe the technical word that we should use with it is "don't fuck with it."
I'm still saying we should investigate.
Yes, we should investigate it by not being in the same
Whatever
room.
we do,
Like,
we should do together.
Jumbo, you only bait when we tell you to be.
Fudge.
You guys seem angry.
well, some of them
li-
are.
And then I like point at Jeppo when Jed says that. Like how he's burned and acid burned all over his body.
Oh, that looks painful. What would you do to yourself?
Yeah, you want tell them? Tell them.
Ginger Snap almost made me trip into a pile or a pool of acid.
Was
Uh,
not my fault.
Insight on that, please.
Yeah, I would inside that too. I would guidance inside myself.
Well, I'm not even gonna guidance
Well,
it.
I'm not even
no,
lying.
no, no. You know what? I'm
Because
not
I
gonna.
had to duck because of her, so I got
The
closer.
thing is, I'm not gonna even bother
So in
insight
my-
checking. I'm not
so
even
in-
bother insight checking. I just
So
don't
in
believe
my
you.
mind, I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother insight checking because Obo would just not believe you. It's like, great. Well, we know there's death that way, so maybe if we have time, we'll check there again. In the meantime, Julius said he found something, and I think we should stick together
That
this
is
time.
correct.
Hey, Jupo, are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be okay, but I still wanna check out the chamber.
I mean, if you want to check it out and die, be our guest.
Hey, would you mind checking that out with the rest of us? In the future? I don't want to see you get hurt, man.
Yeah, Obo's gonna kind of be like, if he wants to go off alone and get himself killed again, that's fine by me.
That's
Don't
not
drag the
fine.
rest of us with you.
That's not fine by me.
Not fine, not fine.
Yeah,
He's
don't get
small,
hurt, man.
good for throwing. Need him
Mhm.
in pack.
Okay.
And he's decent.
Well, I'll see you later
see you.
again.
No, no, no.
Well, we've already walked down this fucking path before. It's fine.
But you don't see the second gelatinous cube. Lymcal.
No.
Yeah, Jeppo and Gingersnap, as you move into this chamber, seems to be pretty similar to the other one, but a notable lack of sentient acid.
Yeah, fair enough.
Holy
kinda
shit.
Trilling the back of the
It's
group.
too close to it.
It's gonna try to ask Jeppo, why you no let me pick you up? Huh? Was trying to bring you back.
I know, but I'm not some hand luggage you can carry or
Don't. I'm
fine.
the moment Jed starts going down the stairs, I'm like, Jed, no, stop.
Why?
Okay.
Because
Look
we're
in
in an
front of you.
ancient
You see
tomb.
the pile of humanoid remains. That means people died here. So there must be something in the room that made them die.
Not necessarily. It could be
Yeah.
a mass burial ground, but
Yeah,
best
it's
to
a
avoid it.
tomb.
Yes, but we should at least check first.
Usually, they don't make tombs by just throwing people in it. There's
Alright,
usually
but
proper
how do you-
ceremonies and all that.
How do you check though? You
I don't know, throw a rock in
You
him or
look.
some shit.
Yeah, Obo throws. Obo casts Shillelagh and then throws a ball bearing into the bone pile.
It clacks against the bones. As you look around, there looks like there was a thick door here that has long since rotted away.
see, it's safe.
Yeah.
Jed looks around.
Wait, and these are all human bones?
Humanoid?
Humanoid.
Oh, okay. Could I try to identify one?
Say you could roll a medicine check at disadvantage. You're not sure. But as you do kind of pick it up, you do see what looks like gnaw marks. Like, kind of cutting. Not like knoll teeth or anything you're familiar with, but something sharper.
I look up.
It's a decently high ceiling, probably about 25 feet up. Very ornate, but rounded. Nothing else up there.
Something ate these people.
Oh, gee, I wonder what.
No, not me. Not
No, I mean the slime, you doofus.
Hey.
slimes don't have teeth. At least I think it
Well,
didn't.
Did you see what it did to Chimpo over
it-
there?
It didn't feel like it.
I'm
Alright.
surprised Ginger didn't bite his face off or say.
Yeah, how
Already
big was
seared.
this slime?
It was big enough to engulf me.
What color was this slime?
Yes.
I look at Ginger Snap. What color was the slime, Ginger Snap?
Do I recall in the panic?
Best you could tell by Jeppo's lantern, it seemed to be some kind of light green.
Green. Like the stuff Jumbo was, that pulled him in. Same
Like
as
acid.
the ground. Yeah, I guess.
And, you know, Obo will kind of put his fingers to his forehead and be like, nah, never mind. What's past is past now. Hopefully, we can continue throughout this, whatever this is, relatively unharmed, but we have to be careful. So we have to pick a direction and go as a team. Can't afford to just all go cowboying off on our own.
Let's go
Yes,
this
yes.
Fine, let's go that way.
Okay.
And I would like to be making perception checks through the hallway.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright.
There's
Okay,
pillars in
as
here.
you're walking forward, you kind of hear like way off in the distance behind you sounds like some rocks fall.
Not good.
As in,
And as
like,
I enter this
something
room, what do I
moving
see?
rocks fall, or something just like rocks falling, as in, like, it's a normal thing.
Never mind, Jumpo
From
leaps
this
into the room.
From this distance, with like basically the sound is just echoing endlessly in the hallways. Just how you could hear it, you can't quite tell.
Jumpo, like, leaped into the room for a second there.
I had some lag.
Anything interesting in this room?
Yeah, do I see
so-
anything in this?
As you look into this room, you see two ornate coffins on either side, the four pillars, and ahead of you, slightly raised, about 3 feet off the ground, looks like this wide, I guess cairn is a good word. Seems to have a plaque on the front.
Like a
yeah.
place where you burn stuff?
Seem like something that would hold water in a ceremonial fashion.
Obo would like
Okay.
to ritual cast something if he could, so he'll stay here for 10
Okay.
minutes.
There's some of them fancy boxes for dead bodies over there, guys. I don't know.
Can,
I haven't
can
seen I haven't seen this.
Can I read what's on the plaques? Or plaque?
Let me scroll way up to language proficiencies. It is in a language you don't understand.
It isn't a language?
It is
He
in a
doesn't
language
understand.
that you
Oh.
don't understand, yeah.
Okay.
Same for me.
Yep.
Oh man.
Sorry,
I was
Joppo,
hoping since the statue is dwarvish.
Yep.
I guess I'll take a crack at it. Just looking at what all the others are looking at.
Okay, as you step up to it, you see that there is actually water in there. How long it's been sitting there, you're not sure. But you kind of look in and just see your reflection.
Hey Jeppo,
And
why don't you get some of that?
Why don't I get some of that? What?
Why don't you put some of that water in your bottle?
so, Ginger Snap, as you stare at your reflection, you begin to see shapes move. The vision starts to kind of form in your head,
Oh dear.
kind of glancing forward.
Okay.
Okay, let's hop down to the other Stream Games channel real quick.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Was not expecting this of all things to activate this special Stream Games 2 channel.
All right. Yeah. Just wondering who would be the first to step up, but here we go. So, as your vision slightly kind of goes dark in your mind's eye, you find yourself kind of frozen, staring at this thing. Do you see smoke from your vision? Just endless smoke. And as it goes clear, you find yourself standing on the plains outside of Aenoret. You look down at yourself and you're large, strong, wielding a massive battle axe that's flickering with dark energy. And as you look forward, you see Aenoret leveled to the ground. The great walls broken, the buildings all burned, and the townsfolk all lying dead on the ground. You know you've done this. Then you look down in front of you on the ground, and you see Obo, his shell cracked with numerous axe blows. Beside him, your other companions. You turn, and you see behind you all of the Knoll tribes that you've led, looking at you now in terror and fear. And as you feel this power build within you once more, there's this endless rage and hunger that fills you. You step towards them. And you see Blind Eyes step forward and raise her hands, calling on the power of the great hunt to form a holy shield between you and them. The snarl, you pull back your axe and just cut through it like paper. Then redouble your strength and pull back for another wide, sweeping blow. And you snap back to reality.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Okay. So back to Stream Game.
Yep.
Oh god.
And it's so complete. Oh, hey guys.
Hey. So you all see Ginger Snap just for a moment stare down at the water.
Ginger Snap
What'd you see?
steps back and just covers her eyes and uncovers them and like rubs her eyes. Looks back over at the the water. She has kind of an unreadable expression. She seems like her fur is sticking out. But it doesn't seem like she's angry. It just seems like she's scared for once. And she goes over to the wall and she slides down and sits down and grumbles, "Don't look in the water." And just kind of sits there staring blankly at the floor.
What happened?
What do you see?
Don't look at the water.
Okay.
But why?
Bad. I think bad. Mostly. Oh, she's very upset at this point. She's visibly shaken. Kind of covers her face with her hands.
Oh man, I can see you're shook up a little bit. I've never seen you like this before. It's kind of. Would you like some food?
No, get away. No, I'm.
Okay.
Stop. Don't look at me. She, you
Sorry for laughing.
know. No,
Jed is not laughing.
she's upset. She goes over here and sits back against the wall and looks very contemplative, and she pulls out a great axe and she looks at it. She sets it in her lap and just looks at it. Yes,
It's different from what you saw.
Okay. She's gonna be sitting there for a hot second.
Man, Jupo, do you think she's gonna chop us up and eat us with that?
I don't know, but I'm very curious about the water now.
Don't look at the water! Don't look at the water! I'll do what Jed said!
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I don't know. No, I don't remember.
What did Jed say?
I offered her some food.
Ginger?
All the time for narrator to step away.
No, right? Oh well. Tell you what. Shit. Tell you what, Ginger. What can I do to make you more comfortable?
She shakes her head, rubs her head. For every good thing, is there a bad thing?
Is that a question?
Yes. Need to
Well,
know.
Yeah, well, for every bad thing, there is a good thing.
I don't know. I don't know if life balances out like that. And I'm saying this in my words, but he's probably saying this in much simpler words. Um, Over on the farm, we wouldn't necessarily have like 10 bad pigs and 10 good pigs. We usually have about 19 good pigs and one that didn't grow quite so fast, but it was still a good pig in its own way. Know what I'm saying? And they all made shit, but they didn't make so much shit that it wasn't possible to grow them and harvest
Sorry
them and
about that.
sell them.
Snap looks up at Jed. Looks at Jeppo.
So has enough time passed that I'd be able to cast the spell now? Sorry.
If you wanted to keep concentrating on that, then yes, but now that you're back, just a quick recap. You saw Ginger Snap stare at the water for a second and then freak out and run across the room telling everyone to stay away from her and not look at the water.
Okay.
And about to respond to something that we just said.
Yeah, I was ritual casting this if it matters.
Okay.
Do I detect
As you
anything?
step forward, you sense divination and illusion magic coming from the well.
What about Ginger?
Nothing. Well, you do sense a item that has transmutation in her bag.
Yeah,
but nothing
I
else.
think I would know.
Yeah, you'd know what that is.
I'll go over to Ginger Snap and say, What was it? What did you see?
If someone did something good, do they have to do something bad? Something really bad, too?
Huh. Wait, what?
Yeah, you try and make some sense out of that.
Hmm. Okay. Well, if that's all I can get out of Ginger's.
Yeah, she's still she's staring at her great axe. She's
Nothing from the
still
graves, right?
thinking.
Nothing from the graves, though, right?
Nothing.
And with my insight, do I sense any malice or anything coming from Ginger that I wouldn't normally notice?
She's very, very different from you've never seen her like this. She's shaken up and thinking hard and she's very bristled up, but she probably has kind of a weird expression on her face.
It's strange that the hunt for drugs would lead us to a magic all-seeing well. But what I am sensing is divination and illusion magic coming from that. So chances are, whatever she saw was an illusion or was sight into something that she wouldn't normally see.
And as you glance at it, you see the plaque on the front and you recognize the runes.
I do? Which language would I recognize it as?
It appears to be Sylvan.
Can I read it?
You can.
You should
I
have
will.
said Druid.
It make me feel good about my druid. I would like to read it in my head first and then out loud.
All right. It is a short phrase. Know your potential.
Know your potential. Without saying it out loud, after reading it, I would go and I would look into
No,
the well.
I run up and I'm trying to stop him at this point, but I don't know if I can do it fast enough.
Yes, that. I would say your reactions are slowed as you're still kind of processing.
Gotcha.
Let's hop down to the other channel.
Fuck's sake.
Cool. Hello.
Hello.
You're scaring me.
Good. So, as you look into the well, you see your reflection and seems to shift as it looks like a vision kind of forms in your mind and takes hold as you stare down. And as the darkness kind of rises, you see yourself standing on the dock of a ship on the sea. It seems like there's a large amount of spores and plants kind of covering the deck. As you look past your immediate visage, you see what looks like a large dock town, a place you don't recognize, kind of standing, bustling in midday. See people moving along the docks, and you see among the ships, looks like 2 or 3 that seem to match the style of the ship that you were taken on. And as you stare at it, your anger starts to build, and you begin to raise your hands and pull forth your strongest druidic magics. And as you call forth these clouds of spores, it seems this kind of dark surge augments your magic around you, and you pull your hands up and form a giant cloud of these spores along with insects and other pieces of plague, and you direct it and it sweeps down into the town. There's screams that echo through the land, and as you continually swirl this miasma through the town, finding your presumed aggressors, you hear screams of men, women, children, slavers and prisoners, all crying out, and over the course of a couple of minutes, it all falls silent. As you kind of nod to yourself, you turn to your crew. As you look, you see numerous humanoids, all covered to some degree with your spores, and with a mental command, they begin working, getting the ship ready to go to head to the next town. And you snap back to reality.
All right. Can I rejoin the Steam chain?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Welcome
Ginger
back.
Snap, you grabbed him quickly after he looked down at the well. It was just a moment.
That felt like an eternity.
What did you see? What did you see? What did it show you?
On placard, and I would tell this to everybody. It is written in an ancient script that I was taught by my teacher. It says, know your potential. What the pond will show you is what you can do, what you will be, but it will show you at your worst. And then, kind of shaking, and he puts his fingers to his head. However, this magic is familiar. So I'm gonna do something stupid with it. Obo's gonna bend down, he's gonna drink some of the water.
No!
See what anything happens.
Okay.
I gotta poke this bear.
Roll a con save.
Cool. Gotta poke this bear though. To see how far the rabbit hole goes. Oof.
Okay. You drink gag. It is musty. It is old. This seems like the kind of water that has sat here for several thousand years. And you are now considered poisoned.
Outstanding.
But doesn't seem to have any magical effects.
Just making sure. Because if it's like, I'm gonna wipe my mouth a bit like, yep, tastes like home. Wonder how it got here though.
What?
If you want to be disgusted at yourself, go ahead and look in the fountain. Should be safe. But know that it will mentally exhaust you. Don't drink the water. I walk back. Also, it's probably not wise to mess with those graves either.
Ginger Snap is just trailing Obo.
Well, Jed, are we gonna do this?
Go for it.
Yeah, everybody gets a go.
Group therapy sessions. Here we come.
Oh, there we go. Moving up. I'm gonna jump up on the ledge.
Ginger Snap she reaches to stop them, but then she looks at Obo and she's like, just kind of stops and lets him do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So whoever's first, let's go. I think that was you,
Just lock
Savo.
for him.
Yeah, I can't join that channel.
Oh, weird. Let me do permissions stuff. Should be able to.
I can't either.
There we go.
It's because
Okay,
I'm a
try it now.
GM.
Hacker. Okay, there we go. So, as you stare into the water, shapes begin to form and a vision forms in your mind. You see yourself running through the city streets, pursued by guards that you can't see. You've once again pulled off a fantastic heist and returned to your headquarters. You duck into an alleyway, hop over a fence, and you're home free. And as you open the door to your hideout, you see endless riches, mountains of gold. You turn around, remembering all the people you've stabbed in the back to get to where you are now. And you set out once again, form another heist, and come back with even more riches. And as you stand and gaze at your eternal wealth now, it starts to flicker and slowly turns to smoke and ash before your eyes. And you look around out into the street and you see everyone staring at you, knowing exactly who you are, what you've done, all of your crimes. You look further down the street and you see your party, all judging you, angry. Look the other direction and you see the knight you stole from, along with a number of other nobles. You see the guards all start to step towards you again, and you break out in a run. Always running, always on the run. Never safe. And you snap back to your reality.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm a druid.
Okay. That's one vision down.
What is
Yeah.
what does Jupo look like?
Confused, but he understands it, and you actually see him smile.
Yeah, I figure.
Hmm.
Maybe even a
Alright.
teardrop forming in his eye.
All right. To knowledge, I guess. Here I
Okay.
go.
Alright. So, like your companions before you, you look down at your reflection and you see shapes start to form in the waving waters. Soon a vision forms in your head. You see yourself walking down a path. It's a familiar path. It seems to be near your old village, near pig farm. But you're different, stronger, more confident. Magic seems to swirl around you, both in the magic you're familiar with and with a kind of dark pulse. With every step, the world seems to shift. A tree branch kind of breaks off on its own and falls to the ground. The grass dies around you, and with the next step comes back stronger than ever. And as you continue walking, you make your way into your village, and you see townsfolk staring at you out of their houses in terror. You watch as one person steps out, shaking to greet you, and you see your old flame. And as you look at her, you feel almost this dark emotion form within you. They didn't think you were good enough. Not strong enough, not interesting, not good enough. As this wrath and this voice builds up inside you, you, almost out of instinct, summon forth your strongest magic, raise your hand towards her, and with a flash, you hear her scream through the air, and you snap back to above the well.
Interesting. You said this was supposed to be the worst we could be and the best.
That's what Obo said.
Oh. Yeah, that is one. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
That's for you to decide. But Ginger,
I don't
you
want
have
to
to know.
decide. I want you to decide for me.
Ginger, all I can tell you is that your actions have consequences. Now, good actions have good consequences, and bad actions have bad consequences. But you are your own person. You need to make that choice for yourself. Jumbo clearly has already made his.
Okay.
Ginger stomps over to Jumbo. What did you see, huh?
I saw something I wanted, but realized the cost was not worth it.
Oh, not worth it. Right. Yeah, okay. Seems to be the prevailing thoughts. Theme? Don't know that word.
I suppose. Jed, you happy with what you saw?
So I guess his response is, uh, yeah. And he, it's like, so are we done in here?
I am.
All right.
I've got nothing to look for.
Yeah.
Well, that is unless we want to go digging around in those tombs and disturb the dead. I say we should probably leave.
The plant. We still need the plant.
Yes, we'll get the plan.
Okay.
And you would also detect faint enchantment magic from Obo's bag. Though it's not really enchantment, that's just the closest to what it is.
I'm guessing my backpack.
Yes.
Okay.
I overlooked that before.
Enchanted Sahagwani.
Oh, I detect enchanted magic from him.
Yeah, and you, after a moment, would realize the golem crystal that you took.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And I think that would be an alright place to end for tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay! We looked at our future selves and then we got disturbed at what we saw.
Oh, most of us did.
Wouldn't say I'm
Maybe
disturbed.
Yep. I think I know Jumbo's stereotype well enough to know that he's okay with most things.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm glad I was
We
like
might be a party
80%.
of mostly...
I was
Sorry.
80% sure you would all go down the other path and like fight the thing and explore that half, and then I made up all these visions for nothing. So this worked out.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Don't you just love it when you prepare things as a DM and then oftentimes those things are never used and they're really good roleplay elements. And then because we had some great roleplay while you were gone, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
sorry I missed it.
you can watch it back on the stream if you want to know all the lies I
No, the
talked
stream is
about
from
behind
my
your
point
back.
of view, so you can all see the visions on the stream if you really want to. Well, that's meta. I don't know.
Yeah,
No, I don't need
Yeah,
to.
no, I don't want to.
I don't need
That's
to.
too
Okay.
meta.
that's too meta, yeah.
There's some fun stuff.
But that was a good session.
Well,
Also, Jeppo, don't actually hate your guts. It's just Obo role playing. I like your character a lot. But I know what happens when true feelings leach into role playing. Well, to let you know that this is just role playing.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just. I think you might have the stick on the wrong end of the stick on your judgment at the moment.
Yeah. Obo doesn't trust most people that look humanoid, though. is his thing.
Well, I'm half humanoid.
Yeah.
true.
So if we stack two on top of each other, he would fully not like you.
Oh God.
Wow.
That would Man.
Ginger Snap was just getting trusting of this freaking party. You have to.
And then Obo has to come
Yes.
over and say,
Yes.
there's evil afoot. It's evil, Ginger Snap. You have to be responsible. Ooh.
Well,
I
you
don't
might
You're
want to
actually
be
get
responsible for our
responsible.
deaths. You
You're the
killed me.
responsible one.
You killed me.
Ah!
This is exactly what we talked about, Miss. So I was kind of expecting this.
Yeah. So with with
Maybe.
us knowing that monsters are afoot, I don't suppose we could short rest and then continue forward.
You could
Yeah.
say
Okay.
sure.
I don't
At
know
the end
with
of
the
the
group.
session.
Yeah, with the
And
group
yeah,
consent to a short
Jeblo
rest.
or Sava, I want you to know it's not because of what we talked about. It's just me trying to figure out what would be called on for each of your characters.
Yeah, I understand. There is
It's just
maybe
topical.
a hint of things to be or maybe not.
Maybe.
Maybe that's just level 17 us. We've all grown apart and nobody's actually dead, but chances are.
Aramis, are you gonna say that Julius looked in, and you're just gonna tell him later? Because I feel kind of bad because he's
Oh.
like he missed this whole thing.
I'll let him know vaguely what happened, and then ask him if he wants to do that at the end at the start of next session.
I was wondering why he was being so quiet.
Yeah. And also, if you take a short rest now, Savo, if you study the gem that you got, it is a gem of spell storing.
Ooh.
So you can put a cantrip or a first level spell in there, and it will be able to, like, anyone who holds it can cast that spell once.
Didn't it hold like a 3rd level spell before, though?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's not.
But you also
shiny,
don't
that's what it
know
was.
how long ago it was set, and it was pretty damaged,
Yeah.
as numerous of you were literally targeting the gem.
Well, you never said we hit it.
Fair.
What did you say its name was? Stone. Gem of what?
I'll put it in chat.
Spell storing. Yeah.
There's the technical name of it. And any spell you cast from the stone has a save DC of 13 and attack bonus of 5. And I can pull that back up if you ever use it.
Oh, that's higher than I've got now. Jesus.
Oh, really? It's not the DC of the person who cast it into it?
Nope. It's kind of interesting. I think it's just because it can hold any spell. It's not a full enchantment item. It's just you use an action, cast a spell into it, and that's it.
Cool.
You said a DC of 13?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And if poison doesn't go away after the hour, I'm going to waste my next 2nd level spell slot to lesser restoration myself.
Yeah, you have been in the swamps long enough. You're used to, like, bad water, and you get over it after a few minutes.
Yeah.
Are we doing the short rest now?
I was hoping to trip balls.
I'd say sure before we all forget.
Yeah, I was hoping
Alright.
to trip. I was hoping to trip balls.
I'm not
on that
gonna
one.
forget. Jesus.
Yeah, you were bloodied, weren't you, man? Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I wish we were all in that room so we could kick its butt together, but then I'd be worried about all of us losing our weapons.
Well, the next watch role plays are gonna be interesting.
Well, one of the rules is not to steal from party members, so.
Yep. Oh no, I'm not planning on stealing it. He found that. He defeated the golem for us without any of us taking too much damage. Oh, except for Ginger. So he earned that.
Without anyone
in my
important
book.
taking damage.
Without
I'm
any,
sorry.
without anyone. Well, the thing is, she's the most survivable out of us. So 5 hit points for her is 10 hit points for anybody else, basically.
Oh, really, Mr. 19 AC and 12 temp HP every combat?
God, you have 19 ace. What the hell?
I told you my shell was breakable. I never said it was easy. And it's the wooden, it's the piece of bark on my left arm that actually provides a +2 to that.
And then if you want to, as an action, you can increase your AC to 23.
Yeah. I haven't used that yet because I feel worried about using my bonus action to pop back out prone. Because I automatically go prone when I use that, so everything has advantage on attack rolls against me while I'm using it. So if I could ever find a way that I don't go prone while using it, I might. It also takes an action to use.
Yeah,
Wait,
and you also auto-fail
you have a
dexterity and strength saves.
Yeah, so...
Do you have a
It's
shield?
good to sleep in, so if we ever get surprised, they start knocking on my 23 AC, and then I use my bonus action to get up, but it's not
So
good
you
for
have-
almost anything else.
So you have a shield?
Yeah, I have a shield.
Um,
Oh,
you
I
have
have
a war-
advantage.
you have
I
the
have ad. I
warcast-
have ad. What?
Do you have the Warcaster feat?
No.
I think with the any spell with the somatic component, you have to have both hands free.
Yes, but with druids, a wooden staff counts as a spellcasting focus, and so long as you're holding a spellcasting focus, you can use your somatic components with the spellcasting focus as well. So since I'm always carrying the wooden staff, it counts as my spellcasting focus, and therefore I can use it for somatic components.
Okay.
Yeah, plus he doesn't often cast spells. Besides
Yeah.
Goodberry.
Yeah, I usually cast spells after the fact. The only thing I really use is my symbiotic entity in battle, which isn't a spell.
How far do you think my knowledge of the stone would go?
You would actually, by just kind of studying it and experimenting with probably a cantrip or something, you'd know that it can store magic. You're not sure to what level or extent, but so far it can hold everything that you can do right now, which is cantrips in first level out of character.
I was. Well, let me just link you this. Where do I?
That is different from what this is.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. I'll send you the full description real quick. Just for out of character knowledge. And you know that currently it has no spells stored in it.
Well, that's interesting.
Now we're back in the nice spa music for the roll 20.
Yes. It is nice spa music. Alrighty, so the consensus on it, from what I'm reading from the rules, is that if the spell has somatic and material, you can use the hand that's holding your material component for both of them. But if it only has somatic, you have to have a free hand, which I never use a spell that has only somatic component.